We're learning more today about the departure of Minot State track and field coach Greggmar Swift. Kevin Harmon, the VP for Student Affairs and Interim Athletic Director, says Swift resigned following the results of an outside external investigation into allegations against him. Swift, who competed in the London Olympics in 2012, had served as head coach of the men's and women's teams since August of 2022. His departure comes following the resignation of Kevin Forty as athletic director in January. Now, in a statement, Harmon said, in part, since being named interim AD in January, the athletic department staff and I worked to move the department forward in a respectful manner. Our vision has not changed, as we want to provide our student athletes with an outstanding experience in athletic competition and in the classroom. Now, we'll have Harmon's full statement on our website. We reached out to Swift for comment and are awaiting a response. We did also reach out to Forty, who said he would make himself available for comment at a later time.